Hey you, it's very good to see you. Assuming you haven't been living under a rock with Patrick Starr, you probably have heard that Ellen DeGeneres is actually a really mean person in real life and not as nice as her on-screen persona would suggest. We all live in cancel culture now, whether we like it or not, and if we have all this information that Ellen isn't who we think she is, then why hasn't she been canceled yet? I have some ideas why this might be the case. You know when you're looking for something new to watch on Netflix and you go to that little My List section? Well, on my list, I just spend years adding and adding things to it, but never watch anything. Sometimes I'll just spend an afternoon looking through that list and going way back in time to see, what did I at one point think I would want to watch. The other day, I went so far back in time that I found a little comedy special in which Ellen tried to convince us that she's still relatable.
I still think I'm relatable. And anyway, just then, Batu, my butler, stepped into the library.
For those of us living here in 2020, we know without a doubt that Ellen is the farthest thing from relatable at this point. There have been a bunch of stories coming out more recently that show us more and more how unrelatable Ellen has become. In fact, she seems more than unrelatable at this point. She seems like she's turned into one of those stereotypical celebrity nightmares. In a couple of Dutch media outlets, YouTube star Nikki Tutorials spoke on how negative her experience at the Ellen show was. We all witnessed the tone-deaf jail joke.
One thing that I've learned from being in quarantine is that people this is like being in jail is what it is. It's mostly because I've been wearing the same clothes for 10 days and everyone in here is gay. The jokes that I have.
A tweet from Kevin T. Porter asking for stories about Ellen being really mean got over 2,000 replies. These are just a few examples of some of the stories coming out, and I've left some links in the description if you're curious about more. Though we've canceled a lot of celebrities for way more than just being mean, we've also canceled a lot of celebrities for a lot less. Here are 3 reasons for why I think she hasn't been canceled yet. Reason number 1. Ellen is one of those people in pop culture who's just created so many things that are dear to our hearts. For me, I think of Dory from Finding Nemo.
Hey, Mr. Grumpy Gills. When life gets you down, you know what you gotta do?
I don't want to know what you gotta do.
Just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, swimming, swimming. What do? We swim.
Whenever I hear Ellen's voice, I automatically think of Dory. When I think of Dory, I think of my childhood, and it gives me all those warm, happy feelings inside. It's really hard to separate the person from the thing they've created and say, wow, I really like what this person has created, but I don't necessarily like the person as a person. It's a lot easier to look past Ellen's faults because we love what she's created and how much joy it's added to the world. Reason number 2. The people who still watch her show versus the people who are finding out this stuff about her online are probably 2 sets of people. A lot of these stories about people having really bad experiences with Ellen are often coming to light via social media. Daytime TV audiences are aging, and while aging people do use social media, it's a lot less likely that they're following the specific trends on Twitter that would allow them to find out this stuff about Ellen. Additionally, the people who are actually watching her show still are only seeing the be kind version of Ellen and are only likely to believe that she is that kind person. That's 2. Reason number 3. Though she now has a reputation as a mean person, Ellen has still done a lot of really good things for the world. This is most notable in the work she's done for the LGBTQ community because that community wouldn't be what it is today without her.
In 1997, when Ellen's sitcom was at the height of its popularity, I was in my mother's basement lifting weights in front of the mirror and thinking, am I gay? And I was. And I still am. And the only thing that made it less scary was seeing Ellen on TV. She risked her entire life and her entire career in order to tell the truth, and she suffered greatly for it.
People are complicated. Just because someone acts like a dick sometimes doesn't mean they can't also contribute positively to society. We can look at Charles Dickens as another example of this. He was arguably one of the greatest storytellers of all time, but he also had a complicated personal life. On one hand, we have that he was a really great writer, and then on another hand, we have that he was like a real huge dick to his family. But then on another hand, we have that he was also really philanthropic. So where does that leave us with whether he was a good or a bad person? A person can be really charitable and really selfish at the same time. It doesn't make any sense, but we also can't put people in discrete boxes that define their personalities or the things they do. So where have we landed? Should Ellen be canceled or not? I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think. I personally don't think she should be canceled. I know people can act like a dick, but like, she's a giant celebrity and a lot of celebrities act like giant assholes all the time. There is a problem with her like weaponizing niceness, and if you want to read more about that down below, I've left a link. I just feel like she's kind of like every other celebrity in that, right? Not every other celebrity, but a lot of other celebrities. That's where I'm going to end this one. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye. Fun fact, my eyeshadow shade is called Canceled. Oh man.